Hey my naturalistas, welcome back. Today I'm going to do a video I've been wanting to do for a while now, and it's all about, like you saw in the title, hair typing, texture, density, and hair strands and all that jazz. These are the traits of your hair you should know before anything that you do, like anything that you do. And I have been wanting to do this for a while because even though you think you know your hair, you still learn it. And I'm still learning my hair. And this whole video has helped me a great deal as it pertains to hair density and all those different things, because I've used myself as an example for you guys so that you can see how it is that I found these things out. Also, at the end of the video, I will give you guys a website where you can go on and they can help you figure some of these things out as well as you figure it out for yourself. So that is also something I have at the end of the video, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere. So, however, if you are new here, welcome. Please click the like button with the thumbs up and the subscribe button next to it. And next to the subscribe button, we want to have a bell. Click that twice. And what this does is that this helps the YouTube algorithm find me and my content, and lets them know that persons are actually enjoying them. They find it informative and they like it. And yeah. And if you are returning and have not subscribed, like, comment, and click that notification bell as well, honey, darling, sister, girl, like, make it make sense. It just help me make it make sense, because I know you my naturalista. Anyway, thank you guys so much for even still watching the content, and I appreciate you guys a great deal. All right, let's get into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to discuss is hair typing. Hair typing, I'm sure some of you are familiar with, like greatly familiar with. That's the 4A, 4C, 4B, 3A, 3B, 3C, 2A, 2B, 2C, 1A, 2 yes, that's hair typing. I know that most persons say that they don't like the hair typing system, mainly because persons get it confused with it being the sole thing you look at when you are trying to figure out things about your hair. And basically what they're trying to say is that hair typing is not all that you will need to figure out the traits and characteristics of your hair, because I could have 4A hair, you could have 4A hair, but both of our hairs does not react the same way to different products, methods, and whatnot. And that's why some persons, I guess, do not like the hair typing system. However, the reason I like it is because it helps persons become categorized with the traits of a certain hair type, if you get what I'm trying to say, as it pertains to the curl pattern and whatnot. It becomes, okay, so I am 4C. These are characteristics of 4C hair. However, this is not all I should be looking at. There are other aspects that we're going to look at today that contributes to help me understand my 4C hair. So it's good to know where you fall, because you can't be 4C and then watching someone with 3C hair do their hair and doing whatever it is that they do as it pertains to styling and whatnot. I don't think you can do that. I mean, of course, let's put a pin in that first. You can do it to the point of using their methods when it comes to like things like moisturizing and stuff like that. Like, it's still useful to you in the way that they do stuff, but when it comes to things about the hair and styling and whatnot, no. Because there are some things 3C hair can do that 4C hair may not be able to do. And that's just my personal opinion. So I have this photo up that shows how the hair patterns look for each type, so that you can, figure out better which one you fall into. And all of this is on dry hair. So if this is how your hair looks when it's dry, out product. I mean, it's not wet because our hair looks totally different when it's wet compared to when it's dry. That is your hair type. Okay, so I'm going to elaborate more on the type 4 category, and that's the category I fall under. The first one that we're going to look at is for A hair. For A hair has medium curls and they are very loose and more flowy, and they don't interlock as often as a 4B or 4C hair type curl would. So these curls are much more manageable when it comes to detangling and manipulating. That right there is a photo of it, so you can see. So it'll be, better for you to see. Also, the hair shrinkage for 4A hair is really close to the actual length, so there you really don't see a difference with the length and shrinkage for 4A hair like you would see for definitely a 4C and 4B. So yes, that's another way you can figure out if you have 4A hair. And lastly, hairstyles for 4A hair does not last as long, probably max 2 days. Now for B hair, you can see a photo right here. It resembles tight curls instead of coils. Of course, with the photo you can get a better depiction. And also I'm gonna try put up a photo here of a curl for 4B, but it's in smaller diameter than the 4A that you saw in the last photo, but it is bigger than the 4C, which you will see. So that's another way you can know if you have 4B hair. They do have a tendency of having breakage when you do not take care of it. So unlike the 4A hair, who doesn't break as often, you have to take care of 4B hair so that it doesn't break. Okay, hairstyles for 4B hair last about a week and a half. And that's generally pretty good for type 4 hair. Unlike the other hair types, that doesn't last as long. Shrinkage for 4B hair is 50% of the true length. And I can attest to that because I have 4B hair. So all of these characteristics definitely speak to my hair. That's how I knew that, hey, okay, 4B is my hair type. That's what it is. So yeah, next, 4C hair. You're gonna see a photo right here. Photos. But 4C hair have coils and they are way much more shorter in diameter compared to definitely 4A hair and 4B hair. These are not tight curls, these are coils. These are not tight curls, they're coils. And type C hair is prone to chronic breakage. Chronic. And I can attest to this because I have a friend who has type 4C hair and she wouldn't even be trying. She'd just literally detangle and you would see like the breakage that's going on. And like it's just really, 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 really fragile. We take extra care when it comes to manipulating 4C hair. However, a plus side of that, it holds styles really, really, really long, like months long, like long. So that's a plus, and shrinkage is real for this hair type. Real. Your hair could be down here, but their shrinkage is up here. I'm going to show you a photo of the shrinkage for 4C hair. It's unbelievable. It's 25% of your actual length. Your shrinkage is 25%. 25%, I mean 75% is your actual length. Sis, I've seen some things. It's crazy. But yes, and that's hair typing. So guys, you want an easier way to figure out your hair typing along with the information and descriptions I gave you. Keep looking out for the end of this video because I'm going to have a website that's going to help you with that. Okay? It's going to make it super easy for you guys. It's going to be super easy. Next, we're going to learn about hair density. What is hair density? And during this whole thing, I always knew what it was, but I couldn't really describe it to persons. But now I definitely can. So hair density is basically the amount of strands you have on your hair. That's all it is. Density. How much strands of hair you have. That's it. How much strands of hair you have. And based on the amount of strands you have, you would be high density or have thick hair, or low density and you have thin hair. Also, you can have different densities throughout your hair. Like I honestly believe that the edges of my hair are low density, because yeah. Anyway, that's my personal opinion. So like I said before, I have used myself as a test guinea pig, and I did these tests on my hair so that you guys can see how to do it and how effective they were. So I did the tests for figuring out density. So let's take a look at it. Okay guys, so the first thing we have to do is put my hair in one and clear it out. Make sure that it's nice and taut. Clear it out, put it in one, and then after that I'm going to get my tape, measuring tape, you know, the one you use when you're sewing or whatnot, and take it and put it around the hair. Now you can see me trying to struggle to put it in one right now, and I'm gonna get my tape to put it around. Now the instructions, when I looked it up, it said that if the circumference of your hair is less than 3 inches, if it's less than 3 inches, then you are low density. If it's more than 3 inches, you are high density. So that's what I'm doing now. So what I'm trying to do is to make sure that my hair is not like, I was trying to make sure that the measuring tape is not on the scrunchie that I have on and my actual hair. I'm trying to make sure, so I want it to be as accurate as possible for you guys. So this is what you would have to do if you want to, as accurately as possible, figure out what density you are. This is one of the ways you can do it. So the reveal is, bam, I was 3.5, almost 4 inches. So ta-da, I'm high density. So yes, surprise, I have high density hair. I did not know that before I did that test. I always thought I had low density hair, but that also could be due to the fact that I always have my hair in stretched hairstyles, so it doesn't feel all that hard to manage, because I always have it in stretched hairstyles. I never really leave it out. So I would have no way to figure that out. But I do have high density hair. Another way to figure it out is to put your hair in one and then put your hand over your hair, and you can see the diameter. And if you have it out like so, and this is where how big the diameter of your ponytail is, then you should get a quarter and see if it can fit. If it cannot fit, you have low density. If it fits just right, you have medium density hair. And if it cannot fit at all, to the point that, I mean, if it can't fit and that you have space, that means you have high density hair. Just a few tips to take care of your different densities. Of course, low density hair or thin hair, you would want to gravitate more to light weighing products, because you don't have a lot of hair strands to soak up all of that moisture from the heavy products. So you want to use light weighing products. Also, you want to work in smaller sections because you want to be more delicate with the areas, because it causes low density. So you're not trying to lose any more strands. You're already limited how much strands you have. You don't want to do that. So work in smaller sections. Lastly, if you have to use heavy products or whatnot, or if you have light products or heavy products, use less. You don't have to use a whole lot of product, because you don't want to weigh your hair down so much. For thick density hair, you want to use heavy products. When that product actually soak into the hair and you have a lot of ground to cover with all those strands you have, so heavy products would work really well. Also work in bigger sections. At least it will seem like bigger sections. I would say max for you to work in with thick hair, I would say 4 sections. I work in 4 sections and it's super manageable for me. That's why I always thought I had low density hair. But yes, I would say work in bigger sections. Bigger sections mean like maximum 4 sections. Of course, you know, hair length is another thing. If you have shorter hair, you want to work in way much more sections so that'll make it more manageable for you. So density would not be a characteristic for you to look at once you have short hair. Next, what we have is hair texture and hair strand size. The two of these are almost the same, so I didn't want to separate it. I didn't think it would make sense. So here we go. For the texture / strand size of your hair, you are looking at the whole diameter of your personal hair. So they describe it more as having coarse hair or fine hair. So to figure out texture of your hair, you're gonna run your hair through it, up and down the strand, and you're just gonna feel how it feels. You know, does it feel fine? Does it feel rough to the touch and whatnot? That's one way. And rough to the touch, of course, you know, would indicate coarse, and fine and smooth would indicate fine or thin hair. However, I did not find this to be so helpful when I was trying it, so I did the strand test, and I'm going to show it to you right now. So 4 things you are going to need for this experiment. First, you're going to need a strand of your own hair, 1 thread, sewing thread. You're going to need a white piece of paper or lined paper like I have, and tape. And you're going to take the strand of your hair and the thread, place it side by side and tape it down on the paper. And what this is going to do is help you to see the size of your strands. How big are your strands in diameter? And you can see here that my hair strand is smaller in diameter compared to the string, and this tells me that my hair strands are very fine. So it'll be the opposite. If you have your hair strand and it looks to be about the same size or bigger than the thread that you have on the piece of paper, then your hair strands are thick. So you have thick strands of hair. Oh yes, I have fine hair, and that explains why I found my hair to be so manageable even though I was high density. Doesn't explain it so well. So the complexities of this whole thing is that you can have 4C hair with low density but coarse hair. So it's going to be, your strands are going to be coarse and the diameter of your strands is going to be bigger. That's the whole crazy dynamics of your hair. Like, you can have so many traits for your hair, because you can have thick fine hair, thick coarse hair, coarse fine hair, thin fine hair. Like, I have high density hair with fine strands, and that's why you need to figure out what traits of your hair are. You just need to. So based on all of this, I have figured out that 1, I'm type 4B. I have high density hair. Of course, from my other videos, from what you can see up here, you would know that I am low porosity. So I'm low porosity, and also I have thin strands. And knowing this helps you figure out what it is that's going to work for your hair and what is not. That's why I figured that both thick and light products are sort of good for my hair, because I'm high density, but then my strands are really thin. So I could do both. That's how I feel. I could do both, and I was doing both, and I am doing both, and I'm going to do both now. For the moment you guys have all been waiting for, For the moment you guys have all been waiting for, I'm going to show you guys the website that I used to help me figure out and help you guys figure out, make it easier to figure out these things. And it's right here. I'm going to show you just a little clip of how I do it and how it looks, how my results look. And I'm going to have down in the description box the link to this website, so you just go in there and click it and just get going and figuring things out for your hair. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my company and the content and information I brought to you. I hope it was super helpful for you guys. Please follow me on Instagram at LeNaturalist, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Check out the description box. I have the link in there. And also be on the lookout for more videos. Look them up. I have so many other content. It's going to be helpful for you guys. Please subscribe if you can and you won't be lazy. There's a big circle right here. Click that button right there. And more content all around down in the description box and in my playlist. Bye.